Most people doing TikTok Shop affiliate are stuck on the same exact problem. They're getting views, they're going viral, but sometimes the sales just aren't coming in. Most people end up blaming the platform itself when it's really just the strategy behind your content in general. So in this video, I'm going over all the key metrics that you need to focus on to actually convert better on TikTok Shop. What separates a video that just goes viral from a video that goes viral and actually converts, along with the specific things you need to be doing differently to see different results. So without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, as you guys can see, we've got a bit to cover today. So the first thing that is very effective when it comes to converting better on TikTok Shop is just not falling into the copying trap. I preach this a ton for growing followers to get to 5,000 followers to get into TikTok Shop affiliate. If you're in the USA, it's 5,000 followers to get into TikTok Shop affiliate. A few other places like the UK are 1,000. A few other places are like 500 followers. But when it comes to when you're actually in the TikTok Shop affiliate program, if you're using the same script, the same angles, the same visuals, you're gonna get pushed to that same audience that already saw the video that you're copying. And when you get pushed to that audience who already saw a TikTok Shop video that you completely replicated exactly, same text on screen hook, same script, same angles, same visuals, same everything. Those people that were most likely to buy from that good converting video that you're copying, most likely already bought from that video. And since you copied that video exactly word for word, this is basically going to get pushed to those same exact people simply due to the fact that they bought from the video that you're literally copying. What you should be doing instead is taking inspiration from what's already working, like the hook style, the format, the product, but change the visuals, your angle, maybe your delivery of the product. That way you can reach a new audience of people who might be still familiar with the product and interested in buying it, compared to hitting an audience that already bought from that video. One of my OG students, Bryson, really dealt with this issue a lot. I'll put up some of his wins on the screen right now, but this was his main bottleneck. He was already going a ton viral. It was just really difficult to get him to convert. And once we found out that this was the point that he was hitting, that was literally the last final shift needed for him. Now, another reason would be the contrast principle. You guys got to understand that the highest converting videos don't just show the product working, they show it working against the problem that the viewers are looking to fix. Like a good example for this would be teeth whitening strips. For example, you'd have a before on top and a before on bottom overlaid on the screen. That way viewers can see a direct difference right away without having to take any time. Some more examples would be skincare. Show the issue and then show the improvement. We'll go over an example video here in a second, but you've seen this done a ton with like that new Medicube thing. Same thing for fitness products, home goods, tech. And the biggest key takeaway you need to get from the contrast principle is just having a bigger visual gap between what you're saying about the product. Don't make the problem way too messed up to where you're not even gonna relate to people. Just a simple example of that would be more people can relate to having headaches and wanting to solve that problem than people relating to having migraines and solving that problem. Having a migraine problem would be more ideal to solve because it's more painful in a sense, but more people in general have the issue with headaches and a lot of people don't even face migraines that often. So that's a perfect example, is you would want to be targeting the broader problem, but also somehow showing a visual gap between the problem and the solution, which is another thing we'll be covering with AI content in this. This is a perfect example of what we just talked about showing the issue and then the improvement and having it as a before versus after kind of side by side, but you don't always have to have it overlaid. I'm talking about side by side, whether it's an intro and then cuts into it, or you can have it overlaid. But this is an example of an intro that cuts into it, already demonstrating the problem that she's having, along with a caption that relates to it. When they say you can't change your skin issue or whatever the problem may be for that specific product with just skincare, but you'd want to tweak that to make it about your specific product if it's not skincare. But as you can see, there's some skin issue here, and then boom, goes straight into using the product while having a way better effect on her skin. As you guys can kind of see already, your product is a big key point into converting better, which is why in the intro I made sure not to say that the product is the issue. As you guys can kind of pick up already, you can't really show this problem before side by side with any product that doesn't have a solution to it, which is why we're going to be getting into this video as well, going into how product selection is a big key to converting better. Like you can easily show before and after differences with skincare, fitness, home goods, tech problems. For a lot of products, you also can't really do that, so it's not gonna be easy to convert with that product, which we're gonna be getting into soon. Now it's just the proven video format, which is the hook, go into the value of the product, and then the payoff you'll get from it. Your first 3 seconds are the most important part of your video, so you obviously want it to be the most bold, eye-catching part of your video that you possibly can get. If you can reel all those people in from the first 3 seconds, you have a very high likelihood of going viral. Your first 3 seconds are 100% the most important part of your video, because if you can't even get it to go viral, how are you going to be able to test the conversions? You can't test the conversions on a video with 60 views. The bold claim, unexpected demo, pain point opener, show the viewers what the problem actually is and if they relate to it. And the beauty about TikTok is TikTok's gonna push these videos to people who basically already relate to that problem. TikTok makes the most money when they sell the most products, so they're gonna help incentivize you to hit the right people. You can even open up with a curiosity line like watch what happens next. But at the end of the day, motion and visuals on videos beat text on screen hooks every single time. But if you can combine both motion hook with visuals and a text on screen, that's when you're gonna be pretty gold. Once your hook's over with, the 4 seconds to the 1 minute mark, which you don't obviously have to hit a full 1 minute, anything just in the depth of your video going over the product, you need to actually describe what the product does, along with social proof about that product. So for example, if you're marketing like some vacuum carpet cleaner, your hook should open up with somebody spilling something on the carpet, or like somebody's mom yelling at their child for spilling over orange juice on the carpet, like something that needs to be very, very unexpected, very, very bold, reel a lot of people in, get their attention with the first 3 seconds. Those ideas of arguing, controversialness, those types of hooks do a lot better than, for example, what most people do with a vacuum is they just get a close-up clip of the product in use on the carpet because it's like a satisfying clip, and that can still work, but I'm saying it's not going to be as easy for you to blow up doing that. If you genuinely make a hook about a fight going on in the house, pretty much arguing about who spilt this cup on the floor, don't make it so much product centralized, make it so much problem and scene centralized to where people can relate to the scene that's happening and kind of see how this can lead to a product that solves a solution for that entire thing. And then for the final part of your video, you obviously want to have a call to action, which is a CTA, and you can add some urgency like they're selling out, or for the product name on your video, you can change the actual name to just say selling out soon or selling out fast. You'd be surprised with that little name on the button can actually help with your CTR a lot, which is another thing we're going to be covering in this. But along with more social proof, like everybody's buying this, or even just showing your skin being better for whatever product it may be, having this type of CTA with urgency actually helps you land the sell rather than them just scrolling past your video and favoriting it or saving it for later. But with this CTA to urgency, do not say things like this product has 1 unit left, they're on a massive sale right now, don't list the price. All of those things can eventually get you a violation, because if you list a sale that's happening on right now for this product, and let's say the brand turns off the sale later on, you're going to get a violation for false sales. Same thing for the price, same thing for the units sold. Do not call out how many units are actively being sold right now. Just like, don't risk it. You're watching this entire video to learn how to convert better, so if you throw all that away just by having a crazy CTA, it's not worth it at all. But the next point we're going to be going into is your AI hooks, which is arguably the biggest part of this entire video. This is a big thing we've been doing in our premium group a lot lately. 99% of people are still doing that plain IRL content on TikTok Shop where they're just grabbing their phone, manually recording themselves, editing it themselves, doing all that fun stuff. It's not really that fun. AI is a lot better. But adding an AI hook or an AI style to your content makes you stand out so much more, and it honestly helps you convert a lot better, and you'll see exactly why. Not only can you make the most controversial and bold hooks for your video because you can make it about literally anything, use that example from the vacuum and orange juice thing I was talking about, but when you use AI content, for some reason, my students and I always seem to get an older demographic to watch the video, and the country you're hitting is usually going to stay the same when it comes to TikTok Shop affiliate. If you're promoting a United States product, you're going to hit United States audience. If you're promoting a UK product, vice versa, you're going to hit UK. And that's just due because TikTok knows not to push it to people they can't ship the product to, and some products can't go outside of the country. But that's not the main point here. The main point is that you're targeting a demographic that mainly has the money to convert. If you're targeting mostly 18 to 24-year-olds, you're not going to be able to convert as well as somebody who's targeting mostly 55-year-olds. These people have the most money to spend. These people have the least amount of friction to buy something because they basically have enough money already. And honestly, this age group is the least busiest people. Usually these people are retired or just don't have a lot going on. Obviously there's a lot of outliers out there, but most of the time, somebody who's 55 plus is going to be the type of person to buy from your video rather than somebody who's 18. And the reason I think that when you incorporate something that's AI, especially in the beginning of your video, it hits such an older demographic is because older demographics are the only people that really sit through these AI videos because they're the only ones that don't have a cooked attention span like Gen Z. When 18-year-olds see an AI video, immediately they go, oh, it's AI slop, I'm gonna just scroll past. When older people see it, they either just have the ability to just watch through any video because they don't have a cooked attention span, or they don't even realize it is not real. And so when TikTok sees a specific group of people or a specific audience give a lot better engagement and watch time to your video, they're gonna keep pushing it to that specific demographic of people. This is an example that we're gonna be looking at of an AI hook.
Cut it in half, peel it, stretch it, and stick it. As you guys can see, I only did the top so I can show you the actual difference. The box said to wait 30 minutes, so I will be right back. All right, it's been 30 minutes. I even went and planted some hot dogs. Let's see the results. Oh, nah. Yo, am I tripping? Look at the difference. That is no filter. For everyone that was saying the whitening is gonna go away once I brush my teeth, how about now? These
So yeah, as you guys saw, this hook right here with the up close purple whitening strips going on the teeth are all AI. Obviously you can tell it's AI. Kind of just looks like a 3D graphic animation. Yeah, these clips are not hard to make at all, which is what we cover inside of Creator Labs Premium. And as you can see, this video was posted 2 days ago and already has over 570,000 views. 15K again right here using the exact same formula, just a different video. And as you can see, these perform a lot better than his average videos, and it's because he's using a good style. And the next thing you guys should be doing 100% is testing multiple content styles. I preach this so much. Testing different styles sounds super vague, but here's what it actually means. The standard IRL content style where most people start, this is where everybody is just recording their phone, manually making their TikTok shop videos. Usually takes them the longest to make and edit and post these. And it usually comes out the worst possible content. Because you're a complete beginner, you don't really know what you're doing. You're recording all your content yourself. You're basically doing the hardest way possible while also being a complete beginner. Like beginners starting with AI content have it a lot easier because they don't have to learn how to get the angles right, get the lighting right, edit it right, when AI can just do all that for you. They just have to understand the content formula and how to put your own twist on it. So with standard IRL content, it's harder to go viral, especially if you're a beginner. So the best way to capitalize on that, if you do like doing IRL content, is to add a twist like an AI hook, for example, like what we just watched. That was an AI hook with an IRL content style because he's still manually recording himself talking over it. It's not an AI script. It's just a hook that was AI and then he twisted into an IRL video. And then if that isn't giving you the best results, try AI-driven content. Fully AI with the hook, fully AI with the product demo, entire voiceover, completely AI. The only thing you should be worried about with AI content is exaggerating the product. Never exaggerate the product. I just dropped an entire module inside of my premium group down below in the description where we go over exactly how to avoid those things. Because if you're obviously exaggerating the product and showing something that it doesn't actually do, you're gonna get a lot of refunds. You're not going to end up getting that commission because the product got refunded, or your account's going to get a violation for misleading the product. And now kind of what I've been building up this entire video is your product selection as well. You need to be picking products with a real purpose because any products that don't have any purpose behind them, really, like socks, obviously you can wear socks, but like goofy socks are not going to sell. I remember making a video about this product that got like 1.3 million views because a streamer used it on a clip. And obviously streamer clips are easy to go viral with. And it was literally like these socks with a laughing emoji on it. No value providing anything about what the socks do, how they help you, how they might increase your mood because you see it. I don't know, those are the only things that I can even think that the product would benefit somebody off of. But the clip had no context to why the product was even good in the first place. And this had the product link and it got over 1 million views. And I went to check how many units were sold. It was no more than 3 units sold. 1 million views, 3 units sold on a like $8 product for a pair of socks. Absolutely terrible. There's no point in even trying that. You need to think about who is buying this product, not using it. For example, people can take my exact argument that I just gave you guys with the funny socks and say, well, why would I post like kids water gun toys when kids aren't gonna be able to buy it either? You're not targeting the kids in your video. You're targeting the mom who's buying it for the kid. If your video goes to that kid in general, if the kid wants to buy the product, he's gonna show his mom the video and ask her to buy it for him. If the mom sees the video, she might just surprise him with the product. So you need to think about who you're targeting in your video, not who the toy directly targets and provides value to. This is another big key part is your sweet spot views plus your follow-up formula. A lot of people don't even do this. And this is one of the biggest mistakes I see people leave so much money on the table with is when you have a video going viral anywhere in the hundreds of thousands of views. Obviously, if you're in the millions of views, you're leaving even more money on the table if you're not doing this. But you need to be creating engagement with the products that you're selling. So let's say you get a video that has 5 million views, doesn't really convert well, but it's talking about the product, and you have a few comments that are talking about the product and actually like asking about it, you need to follow up on those products. So after a video goes viral, not only reply to the comments and the questions on that video in the comment section, but use video responses addressing those objections that were in the comments and reply to them with a video. Whenever you reply to them with a video, all those views that were originally from that 5 million video will not only start to get pushed that video, it's not gonna be everybody, but you're gonna get a lot of push from the people who watch that video, because TikTok just familiarizes the users with the videos that they were interested in before. And then not only that, but people who are actively looking at the comments on this new 5 million view video that's still getting pushed every day are going to look at the comments and see that you replied with a video to a common objection. That video that you make after covering another objection from that same, basically the 5 million view video is going to convert so much better because you're hitting all the people who are interested in you covering that objection. So all the people who are watching that second video that you posted about that specific product are interested in the product, but they think that there's a few more things that you need to cover before they can actually buy it. So once you cover a few more videos about the objections that the common people had about that product, that video is going to convert insanely well for you because it's going to get so many views because of that 5 million view video. All those views are going to be perfectly qualified people who are looking for the objections to be covered so that they can purchase the product. There's two different types of viral, like I kind of just mentioned, good viral and bad viral. Good viral is when people actually want the product. A good way to see this is obviously if your video is converting. But not only that, where the comments say, where can I buy this? Or let me know when it restocks. You'd be surprised, even if you have a giant link on your video with an arrow pointing down to it, people in the comments will still not know where to buy sometimes. That usually comes from hitting a super old demographic or a super young demographic. And when you get comments like that, it's usually just a good sign that you have a very high converting piece of video. But bad viral would be an example of, let's say you made a really outlandish hook with AI, like we were kind of talking about, but the hook wasn't really relating to the product at all. That's gonna mean that your video was only viral due to the controversy in the hook or the shock or the entertainment value, not related to the product at all, when you want to have it mainly product centralized. You want the hook to be driven around a situation that was caused due to a problem that the product can solve. So a test that you can give your brain when you make a video with an AI hook is, would someone who loves this video also want to buy the product? Because if they don't, that means the video is more entertainment value than more product value. So you want to find that line in between. A good example I came up when I thought of this idea is, instead of making a random story playing over satisfying Blender clips as the B-roll in the background, kind of like a Reddit stories video, make the story somehow be talking or relating to that Blender while it's playing in the background, rather than it just be an entertaining story about something completely different with the Blender in the background. Make the story about the Blender somehow. And then obviously, this is pretty self-explanatory, but things that the algorithm actually rewards. A lot of you guys who have already been watching my content for a while already know this, but TikTok does take a small percentage of every TikTok shop sale. Don't worry, it's not your commission that they're taking a part of. They're taking a part of the actual full sale that the brand had. So your commission's not touched by this, but TikTok takes its own cut. So it's financially incentivized to push content that actually converts and push it to the people that are actually going to be willing to buy that product, because TikTok wants to make the most money possible. So with them making the most money possible, they're going to have to try and make you the most money possible. So they're going to make it as easy for you as possible to get some conversions. And things that basically give TikTok the green light that you have good quality content and that they should push it more is getting good engagement, like shares, saves, and comments. Likes and follows do not matter at all. For watch time and retention, which is having a great watch time, obviously is going to equal having a viral video, even if you don't have any engagement, because watch time and retention is the most important thing. Besides taking a cut of the TikTok shop sales, TikTok naturally makes the most money off the data based off of how long people stay on the platform for. And so the longer you keep people on the platform, that's where TikTok's gonna reward you a ton. Easy ways to increase your watch time and retention is just by having good video clips, and especially a very good bold hook, because the more people you can keep from the start of that video, the more easy it's going to be to keep them all the way till the end of your video. And then lastly, I mentioned this earlier briefly in the video, is CTR. You want people to click on that little orange box that is on your TikTok shop video. This is another thing that shows TikTok that they're interested in the product. And so you're going to get more push from TikTok, basically when TikTok sees that people are warm and close to buying your product, but they're not fully there yet. So I know I just covered a lot, but some of the basic key points that you guys need to stop doing that kill conversion, these aren't things that you should be adding. These are things that you need to be taking away and stop doing. Copying a viral video word for word. And this is only for TikTok shop content. You can still do this for growing to TikTok shop affiliate. It's not going to affect you follower rise, especially if you know what you're doing with follower CTAs. Posting entertainment or shock content that's unrelated to the product. Like I already mentioned, this attracts the wrong audience with zero purchase intent, only entertainment value. Picking products with no real purpose. Nobody converts on something that nobody actually needs. For example, the funny socks. Ending the video without a CTA. This isn't a hard one that you need to stop doing. Like, you can still make sales on a video without a CTA, but you're leaving a ton of money on the table. So if you want to squeeze out as much value as you're giving, you need to be adding a CTA at the end, along with a tiny bit of urgency. Another thing to stop doing is only showing the product features instead of the benefits. You need to remember that people are buying the outcome, not the solution. Nobody buys 5 settings, they buy sleep better tonight. And then lastly, going viral once and moving on instead of running the follow-up formula for the next few days, which is what you should be doing. On top of that follow-up formula, the video that got 5 million views that we were just using as an example, you need to also be double and tripling down on that one specific product, because clearly going to have some momentum on your account at the time. But yeah, don't let all this information fly over your head, guys. I know I gave you a lot of value today. If you made it this far in the video and have any questions for me about anything we went over, join the free community down below in the Discord link down below. I will also have my entire 2-hour YouTube free course linked down below in the description as well. Goes over literally everything you need to know when it comes over to not only TikTok shop affiliate, but growing, beginner's knowledge, all that good stuff. So yeah, without further ado, guys, make sure you like and subscribe, and I hope to talk to you guys soon.